Hi, everybody. So, I'd love to take a moment and talk about kids sensing energy. One of the questions I get all the time is, do my kids have my gift? And the bottom line is, yes, they have my gift in terms of being sensitive and intuitive because all kids do, all people do. We all have it to different degrees. But to answer that question, none of my kids at this moment in time have shown that they are talking as a medium with the other side. But it brings me back to some kids are more sensitive than others, and you know who your kids are. And it's a very normal thing because so many kids are incarnating, coming into this world at this time who are highly intuitive and gifted. And I feel it's our responsibility as awakened and open parents to nurture that gift, to normalize the paranormal. And so, my suggestion and spirit suggestion when people ask me in readings what to do with that is talk about it. Get kids comfortable with talking about angels and spirit guides and their departed loved ones and reassure them that they can have direct access with them. Really, what I think is important is to give them tools. And the tools that I've given my own kids and that I oftentimes bring through readings for people to give their kids is this: teach them how to protect themselves. I call it bubble wrapping, right? Put yourself in a big protective white light bubble so that the intention is whatever external energetic, energy they're working with is positive. It's based in love. And if you do that, then they won't have any uncomfortable feelings around it. Teach them how to ground themselves, how to get really like in their body, which means in their power. And you do that, you can teach them to visualize growing roots out of the bottoms of their feet into the earth, or a grounding cord, and then pulling up light. Some people call it Christ force energy. You can call it, energy from the earth, whatever you want. But pulling up that positive energy all the way up that grounding cord, and imagine then pulling that grounding cord up and out through the top of your head like branches of a tree, connecting, hooking up to source energy. Always, always going back to source, starting with source, which source is just another name for God, which God is love, right? So we're pulling in love. But then finally, another great technique is, like, especially kids who are sensitive, who are going out into the world, whether it's to school or to like a large venue like a concert or with a bunch of friends, and they start to get anxious. Teach them to put themselves, imagine sitting inside of a disco ball. And so this disco ball has light coming from the inside and then bursting out, but then it has reflective mirrors on it. And the mirrors are able to deflect any dark or negative or fear-based energy. And so that they're in a place of power and they're constantly filling themselves with light and in turn giving out light also. So those are just some ideas. But again, I always like to remind people that at the end of the day, your feelings are your guidance, meaning tell your kids to trust their vibes because our feelings don't lie. And that is the ultimate source of connecting in with our power, our God-given gift of intuition. As always, I'm wishing you brightest blessings and all love.